Hello, this is KRBrickBot, and this is the third Carbot Bang paired with Future Bus. Nanotis B. Right here, the English name right here. As you see, like 3 different types of vehicles officially paired with the Future Bus into 3 different kind of robots. So the background is like a frosty blue, silver and such. There's the front card insert. A big close-up of the rather unique shaped face. I'll get to that a little bit. Again, little disclaimer that this car has a face because you can't see it on this very flat clamshell packaging, which was packaged like this. You have to really spacious out just to display it in all its glory. Wait a minute, I think the blurb was mixed up. Yeah, I think the blurb is mixed up. This is Nanotis, and this is Doe. Yeah, but I think the names got mixed up if you see by the outline. Yeah, that's a little error. Unless it was packaged like this, which I don't think is the case, I know. Little goof. Again, the standard automatic and cross system blurbs. Now let's get flying to it.
나는 미래지향적인 미니 카봇 나노티스. 현재보다는 미래를 생각하는 살지. 특히 야구를 좋아하는데 좋은 일이 생길 때마다 스트라이크라고 외치는 것은 물론 말하는 대부분이 야구 용어를 사용해. 무기는 강력한 배트로 에너지볼을 날려서 공격하는 그랜드 슬램. 분신술을 이용해 상대를 집중 공격하는 벤치 클리어링이지. 내가 제일 좋아하는 건 상대가 단 한 번도 공격 못하게 하는 퍼펙트 게임이야. 비록 몸은 현재 있지만 내 마음은 미래를 향해 달려가는 나는 나노티스. 싸움은 말이야 끝날 때까지 끝난 게 아니야. 9회말 투아웃부터라고. 걱정 마라. 내일은 내일의 태양이 뜰 테니까. 나의 분신이여 참지 말고 모두 나와 공격한다. 벤치 클리어링. 상대를 멀리 날려버린다. 그랜드 슬램.
Nanotis is looking like a much more futuristic car than the other mini Bang Carbots. I guess the color matchup is really selling it because of the bonnet and the windscreen and the top is the same shade of blue. Kind of makes it look like one big windscreen, and also the sides and the rear are also all connected. Yeah, so those kind of big connected windscreens kind of give it futuristic vibes, and also the headlights that also run over onto the top of the bonnet. Very futuristic looking stylings of car. And the back has some more panel line details, like these very trapezoidal exhausts. Those, yeah, at least it has those car features. For a futuristic car to have exhausts. Whatever. One rear tail light stripe. And sunken in details on the side here. The handlebars way back there. Tiny little wheels. Yeah, on a closer inspection, it looks like all the micro Carbots have these same little wheel types. I guess that's fine reuse of parts. Yeah, that's not the most important thing you're going to be seeing on these tiny little cars. I think Doe is the best looking of these middle Bang Carbots. Yeah, it looks like a short little van, like a very futuristic little compact hatchback van. Hollow in the back, but ignore that. Yeah, a big curved windscreen. Although with the same orange plastic as with the back, which not much of a breakup there, but it still has some more simple sunken in details, although these little trapezoids are cut off here, so a little design bleed. And a big splash of red at the top. Very nice curves and the windscreen that is not too overbearingly big. The front is looking pretty plain with the red lower painted bumper intake vent thing. Although it's looking a little mispainted there, like less darker red paint on this side than the other brighter red paint on this side. I think that might be a case by case thing. Yeah, bringing out the last two. I mean, as I said, the POW is looking a little too tall, and I think this looks more like a machine. Just an autonomous machine than an actual vehicle to ride into. But yeah, this looks like a little futuristic vehicle thing. Also, the middle Carbots all share the same, they reuse the same wheels. So that's a little bit of trivia. Nanotis B. The car turns into a flying drone. Drones all the rage. I mean, it's a very wonky looking drone. Like, for one, 2 different elevations of propellers. Just molded in there, of course. No spinning bits. 2 different elevations. Like, the 2 big ones in the back. And also, they're slightly not parallel. I mean, yeah, it's parallel as it can get because these things overlap like this. And 2 smaller propellers on the top. And it just really lifts up way up from the body because of just how this thing has to hinge up. And I guess they just couldn't just make it lower to the ground. I guess also it needs more clearance for the robot mode. So yeah, I guess if I try only way to lift the finger, this is realistically how it would balance. This thing would be constantly tilting forward because it's very front heavy. So I guess this thing will really struggle to stay in place or go backwards. It'll just keep flying forward, I guess, if the thing can even fly at all. Does this design make aerodynamic sense? Do you think this kind of weird propeller proportions would really work? Well, at least the car in the back stays in place. Unlike this, which just keeps flopping about because of just how well that slope bumper just slopes. Not so here. This thing is pretty sturdy. Maybe it is Pharaoh who is too Ferris. Yeah. Pharaoh, what are you doing? Yeah, so Nanotis has better latches. Because even Jack's suit also flops. And again, you can just transform Doe by itself into its little helicopter drone mode without the mini micro Tobot. Just press the buttons on the back. Weird little drone thing. I guess you can partially transform it halfway just to have a more balanced looking flight mode. Though with 2 tiny little propellers, this thing just might hover if it even has that power. Just imagination. Or these could just be the gull wing doors. Looks like this little blue shirt boy is in scale enough to ride the little Nanotis drone. Yep, this is officially how they ride the thing. Guess it's pretty protected on front, but not in the back, so yeah, watch your foot, watch your grip. Just a little tidbit about the Future Bus. There are more than one of these in the show and in the ending credits, but there's been one instance where there were 2 of these. Yeah, so these are like just big drone bodies. Although you can't buy this separately unless you already own one and need it to be parts replaced. But other than that, you can't buy this thing separately. Not that you would really want to, maybe. Unless you just want, you would probably like to have multiples of these buses if it just was a vehicle and not a automatic spring robot suit. It looks like this particular area has taken quite a slamming beating from keeping slamming into the top here. Yeah, it's not much forward momentum on Nanotis either. Hehehe. Yeah, I guess Nanotis's hood is a little too tight. Nanotis Bang's colors also blend in pretty well, because the main body is predominantly blue with a little bit of orange. That gives it a nice splash of color. Also a bit of red on the gray here. It's not the same shade of blue as Jacksuit's Tau Drone's blue. I mean, I think this is like a bluer shade of blue. This is a darker shade of blue. Also the painted blue. But it's blue. Different shades of blue. The blue blends in with the lighter blue. And again, a slight little gap left from the folding bits of the propeller back. Which, I guess just slightly, just minorly inconveniently gets in the way of the shoulders. But not that much. It's high enough. And again, I think these helicopter propeller blades would only be practical when flying like this. To give it a slight more boost, upward lift, than I assume just the flying drag of Pharaoh's wings. And that noggin is certainly very distinct from all the other Carbot faces thus far. It looks rather smooth and featureless. Like a big blue curved dome and a black face. Or is that the face or the faceplate? Is this the entire eye? Well, looking at the illustrated face, guess where the eyes are? Yeah, apparently in the animation they decided to put the eyes there, even though the actual model doesn't look like it has the dedicated eye sockets. So that's a really weird place to put the eyes. So if you didn't know any better, if you didn't watch the animation and just looked at the toy, I guess most people would be inclined to think this entire blue section is the eye. Just like a big screen visor eye. I think a lesser percent would think this entire black section is the entire visor, and this blue section is a big blue forehead. I can't tell if this is bad head design, if you can't tell where even the eyes are, or this is a very alien design. I'm not sure whether it's good or bad, but at least it's distinct from all the other very similar looking Carbot faces. I guess of the B supplementary Carbots we've seen so far, I think this one has a little more play value. I mean, I think this is more fun to play with, I guess because of the helicopter thing, rather than a swooshable floppy jet. Yeah, that's just my opinion, but even though it's a really wonky looking helicopter drone thing, I guess the thing looks better, but I still think the included Jack suit is probably the best looking. It's a simple robot drone. That's a ground tank unit thing. I mean, it's not a weird flying thing. And that's with the official configuration. You have 3 different sets of bodies and heads to choose from. Or yeah, you can even swap out the inner mini Carbot heads to come up with different color combination styles. All blue. Mostly white. Yep, you can go mix and matching these little magnetic things.